Ahoy fellas, Joey is gonna win at your service. Today's workout is gonna be a little bit different. I'm actually going to be doing biceps and triceps today all together, circuit style. And I don't really have a reason for doing it aside from I just want a more intense workout. So yeah. With that being said, if you enjoy the video, I'd appreciate it if you could leave a like and maybe even subscribe so I can see you here again. But without further ado, let's get her going. So, similar intensity, but you know, just gonna be a lot more. So I'm gonna try to keep up and get this done in less than 20 minutes. So let's get started. And then for the banded tricep workout, I'm going to do this. That's one side, now for the other. Lots of reps to start out. Actually, a lot more than I usually do. But that's just because of the amount of workouts that we're doing. It's going to be naturally more. We're combining. And then we're going to hop right into the next set. So as little downtime as possible. Already getting a little bit tired, but that's to be expected. Actually, I'm going to start on my left side. Just because when it gets time to do the actual skull crushers, I want my left arm to have a bit longer of a break, because that's the weaker arm. I'll just let that go free. it be better to go from the inside? No, that feels uncomfortable. I tried this out before I got started here, just to see how it felt, and this I like a lot more than having to go do some bullshit with some other attachments. This is nice. This is a lot simpler. I guess I do have something of a reason for doing this, but it's more of just, I've been enjoying combining chest and upper back, as well as combining lower back and core, so I figure why not double up again. Since biceps and triceps, it's the same idea, they're anteriors. And then that leaves an extra day for me to maybe even throw in some leg workouts. Yeah, shocker, I know. I did 25 there, right? I'm second guessing for some reason. I'm gonna do 5 more just to make sure. Can't do that without this on. Okay, if I did, great. If I didn't, let's just double check to make sure. Sorry for this little hiccup. Sorry for the little hiccup there. When I stopped doing the workout, this moment of clarity washed over me, like the blood just either finally drained or went right back and actually made it back to my head, and I started thinking again. All right. Pretty good. Arms are feeling a bit tight. I'm gonna go ahead and put these bands over here, but feeling a little bit of tightness in the arms, and that's good. That's what we're going for. I'm gonna take 1 minute. Probably not even. we're going to go ahead and proceed to shred. So yeah, I just figure double up. These biceps and triceps are anteriors, and I've been doubling up the anterior muscle groups, so why not? You know, it's been feeling pretty good afterwards for the other anteriors, so why not do it for these? Of course, I don't want to make too long of workouts, you know, a half an hour but, and granted, a half-hour workout is not bad, but, you know, for the video itself. I don't have a set number in mind for these, so I'm going to shoot for 10. I'm going to set those down for a second, give my arms a bit of a break, then we're going to lay down and do some skull crushers. Like I said last week, because I don't want to do standing anymore, because it just doesn't feel quite as good. So, alright. Securing myself under the couch by my tootsies. I'm calling it at 7. Now I am going to take a little bit of a break. I haven't been writing stuff down, so I'd like to do that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see, bicep curls there. Bicep curls I did 10, one set, and the skull crushers were 50 pounds. Seven reps in one set so far. I tell you what, that's interesting. You don't have the support all the way like usual, or at least I don't have the support all the way like usual, because you can see I'm kind of hanging off the top, but it doesn't affect me when I'm doing the workout outside of I can't just drop. I have to have control the entire time, so that's actually really interesting. And I don't dislike that. Also feel a little bit in my core trying to help keep control, keep things balanced. Let's get started on the next round. That's good. Yeah, that's really good because I'm doing, let me just check here real quick. Compared to yesterday's bicep curls, last week's bicep curls, I did the same amount with the bands, 3 sets, 25, 50-pound band, and I did 3 sets, 8 reps with the 25s. I did the same warm-up, but now I'm doing 10 reps. So even though I'm doing 2 workouts and working 2 different muscles, and they are connected, they are anterior, it's not taking away from the workout itself. So even though my triceps are more tired and are getting worked, biceps are still able to perform. And likewise, same thing with, pretty much the same thing. The details of the workouts are different, but same idea with the skull crushers. Of course, these are a different motion because of the angle. Enough stalling. I also tried picking up the pace for that one there. I don't know if it was noticeable, but the first skull crusher I did, that was a bit slower, and I felt fatigue accumulate a little bit more because it took longer. So I tried to speed it up so that I'm not just tiring myself on top of shredding, because we already did the exhaustive part with the band. And it's important, you know, to not let your technique suffer as you increase the speed, but ideally you want to get those reps done, because it's like I explained with the bands, and the bands versus the weights. As you release the whatever force you're exerting on the bands, it gets easier. It's not taxing, it's not weighing on you. As you release the force you're exerting on the weights, they're still pulling, they're still exhausting you one way or another. So if you take too long and you're not pumping those out, your performance will suffer. And if your performance suffers, your gains suffer. And we don't want that. Last set. One more for good measure. Because why not? Because why not? Oh, that was mucus. Actually, there's a pretty good reason why not. One more for good measure. Because if you are, say, benching and someone is spotting you and you're doing a heavy weight, you want to tell your spotter how many reps you're going to try to go for, so that he or she knows when, you know, approximately when you're going to need help. And if you go for one more without letting your spotter know, there might be a cross, there's a lack of communication there. There's a communication break. And that can result in something going awry. Not necessarily something detrimental, but confusion causes, miscommunication will cause confusion, which may cause a hindrance upon a party involved. So best to avoid that. One more for good measure, if you communicate to whomever you're working with. But since I'm working alone, I am communicating with my phone camera. And this is basically me just rambling to myself as though I'm having a schizo meltdown. So, you know, the relevant parties are informed. One more. Finish off strong with +1 at the end for both. Ooh. I tell you, this was a good workout. This was a good workout. Tomorrow is going to be shoulders. Everything's going to kind of shift, and I'll still do the side front lats. Because I actually noticed last week that lats are slightly actually becoming toned and flexing a bit, being more apparent when I flex. So I'm happy about that. You know, progress. Holy crap. All right, with that being said, thank you for joining me. I hope you had a good time. I hope to see you here again, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Oh.